Hello dear students, we are in the fourth lecture number 4 of haloalkanes and preparations of haloalkanes. In previous our lectures we discussed how to prepare haloalkane from alcohols as well as from hydrocarbons. In the case of alcohols we did groups process. We did prepare haloalkane from groups process, and from hydrocarbons we prepare from alkanes where we have a reaction. We had reaction of CH4 with Cl2 in the presence of UV light CH3Cl. Just simply substitution reaction. One molecule of hydrogen leave and another molecule of Cl enter in the molecule substrate. Okay. Now in the previous lecture we did also Marconic rule. We introduced the Marconic rule. What is the Marconic rule? In case of alkenes, and we can say that unsymmetrical alkenes. This is unsymmetrical alkene. Unsymmetrical alkene. In the case of unsymmetrical alkene, we added HBr or HCl, whatever. The hydrogen goes to the higher number of hydrogen, and the negative part goes to the lower number of hydrogen, just like this. This is called preparation of haloalkane from alkenes and from unsymmetrical alkenes by following the Marconic rule. In the Marconic rule, the hydrogen goes to the higher number of hydrogen carbon atom, and the negative part goes to the lower number of hydrogen atom. In the same this carbon, and on this carbon there is only one hydrogen. That's why Br goes to this carbon atom and form the secondary haloalkane. This is secondary haloalkane. Okay. If we did this reaction in this class, we discussed about if we did this reaction in such a way, same unsymmetrical alkene, same HBr, but in the presence of peroxide. Peroxide and HU means light. In the presence of peroxide, this HBr reaction, if in the absent or in the form of heat, we use this reaction as a Marconic rule. And if this reaction goes through peroxide in the presence of UV light, it will give result that is the negative part of Br goes to the higher number of hydrogens, and the positive part goes to the lower number of hydrogen carbon atom. Okay. In the Marconic rule, the most important thing is the hydrogen goes to the higher number of hydrogen atom. But in the case of this type of reaction, the hydrogen goes to the lower number of hydrogen atom, and this is called anti-Marconic rule. This is called anti-Marconic rule. Okay, in the last class, I tell you there is a no Marconic rule. No such kind of rule is there. There is just stability of carbocation. We go through the point where we deal with the stability of carbocation. We make the stable carbocation. That's why there is formation of secondary haloalkane. Because alkenes gives electrophilic addition reaction. First they give electrophilic addition reaction. That's why first here electrophile added. That's why the positive charge created on the another carbon atom. Okay, in this type of reaction where peroxide is present, it does not go through the carbocation, or we can say that this Marconic rule. इसका कारण क्या है? इसका कारण है ये Marconic rule के थ्रू नहीं जाता है. क्यों नहीं जाता है? क्योंकि ये फ्री रेडिकल मैकेनिज्म के थ्रू जाता है. Because it goes through the free radical mechanism. Okay, because if we see peroxide just like any peroxide, let's say hydrogen peroxide, or we can say the benzoic peroxide, but we take it with the hydrogen peroxide. If UV light fall on this peroxide, it goes through homolytic bond fusion. Homolytic bond fusion, in the first lecture of the halogen, preparation of halogen, I explained that the homolytic bond fusion is that where one electron goes to one atom and another electron goes to the another atom. Okay, this peroxide come near to the HBr, and there again homolytic bond fusion occur and give that reaction. Okay, now this Br goes to this atom, this molecule. Here this Br radical is very unstable. Here Br radical is formed, which is more unstable. It is unstable, and it goes to alkene, and ये alkene के पास जाता है. So here again make a homolytic bond fusion on the alkene. It makes the homolytic bond fusion on alkene, and just like this. जब इस अल्कीन मॉलिक्यूल पर भी होमोलिटिक बॉन्ड फ्यूजन होगी तो Br के लगने के चांस क्या है, वो इस कार्बन एटम टर्मिनल कार्बन एटम पे भी अटैक कर सकता है, वो इस कार्बन एटम पे भी अटैक कर सकता है. That this Br will goes to that carbon as well as on that carbon. If we deal with both of the reactions, for first we deal with this reaction. Okay, in first reaction we make a bond between Br and terminal carbon atom, and this reaction we make a bond between secondary carbon and Br. In the corresponding this reaction there is formation of CH radical, and at corresponding to this reaction there is formation of CH2 radical. This CH radical is a secondary radical. This CH radical is secondary radical because this carbon, in first lecture I told you that this carbon atom attached to the two carbon atoms. That's why it is called secondary carbon atom. And this carbon atom attached to only one carbon atom. That's why it is a primary carbon atom. So here, if Br attached to the terminal carbon, there is formation of secondary carbon cation. This is formation of secondary free radical. And if Br attached to the center of the atom, then there is a primary free radical is formed. So in case of primary, secondary, and tertiary free radicals, we did in class 11 that the tertiary free radical is more stable than secondary and then primary. That's why the reaction will not proceed this way, and reaction will proceed through that, and then H radical enter to the molecule and form the halogene. This is primary halogene. This is called anti-Marconi rule, and the reaction following through the anti-Marconi rule in the presence of peroxide. Okay, dear students, that is all for addition of HBr or hydrogen acid to the alkene. alkene reaction with alkenes. That is addition of halogen on alkenes. In first reaction we add HBr or hydrogen acid. Now we add only halogens, just like this. In this reaction, alkene reacted with Br2 in the presence of CCl4 solvent. Here CCl4 is called solvent, just like I provide medium to the reaction. In the presence of UV light, the one carbon, then one Br goes to the one atom and the other to the another. Not just like that. We can deal it with another reaction or unsymmetrical alkane also. Again, one Cl goes to the one carbon atom and second Cl goes to the another particular carbon atom. This is all for preparation of haloalkanes from alkenes. Okay, dear students, we are doing preparation of haloalkenes from hydrocarbons. We did with haloalkanes, we did with alkenes, and we now do with alkynes. From alkynes. First with hydrogen acids. Just same like alkenes, just same. But now we take a tertiary carbon and we take unsymmetrical tertiary carbon. HBr, heat, again Marconic rule. What is same Marconic rule? The hydrogen goes to the higher number of hydrogen and the reaction will be like that. If we add again HBr, then again Marconic rule will follow and the reaction will be like that. Hydrogen goes to the higher number of carbon atom. If we did it with peroxide and again the anti-Marconic rule will be applied. Second part of the reaction is addition of halogens. Addition of halogens in this reaction, again just similar to the alkynes. Similar. One Br go to the one reaction and another carbon atom. And this will proceed with that of alkene reaction just like. This is all the preparation of haloalkanes from hydrocarbons. We did with alkenes and alkynes. It is easy to learn by Marconic rule or stability. Okay, it is first we did with from alcohols. Second from hydrocarbons. Now third type of reaction where we form the haloalkanes by halogen exchange. From halogen exchange, just like in common reaction Rx treated with NaI and give the Ri plus NaX, where X is chlorine or bromine, which means the salt of iodine. So you can say that salt of iodine or the electrolyte of iodine react with haloalkane or with the halogen exchange. The halogen goes to the lower halogen goes to the sodium and make the salt, and the iodine goes to the carbon atom. Okay, for example, C3CH2 Br. It is sodium iodide and give the reaction CH3CH2 iodine plus sodium Br. Okay. Okay. We add heat some heat. Second question, why? Why this iodine goes to the alkane group or hydrocarbon group and bromine goes to the sodium group? Another type of reaction just like CH3CH2 Cl and sodium iodide, again the reflux, we can take reflux CH3CH2 iodine plus sodium Cl. Okay, first of all, this reaction is known as Finkelstein reaction, and it is second reaction. The first reaction of that is group success, naming reaction. First naming reaction was group success, and this is second naming reaction, that is Finkelstein reaction. Okay, in the Finkelstein reaction, the iodine replaces the lower halogen atom with alkane, or we can say that hydrocarbon with the help of sodium. Then the second question is why? Why iodine exchange this halogens? The reason is soft interaction. I must say this will help you in the future also to learn the most of the reactions. That's why please attention to that type of part. And this is just like explanation and both the reactions. That is explanation to the more of the reactions. That's why the reactions are happening, because of this. That is soft interactions and hard interaction. What was this? ATC. Okay. Actually, the interaction between two molecules will stable if they are of same kind. दो मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच में इंटरेक्शंस तभी ज्यादा स्टेबल होगी अगर वो एक तरह के हों। एक तरह के मींस जस्ट लाइक वो अगर वो हार्ड, एक मॉलिक्यूल हार्ड है, इफ द वन मॉलिक्यूल इज हार्ड एंड अनदर मॉलिक्यूल मस्ट विल बी हार्ड, देन देयर इज a good interaction. But if there is no opportunity, and if there is no opportunity, if hard molecule have to attach with soft molecule, then it is also satisfied is very good, but it is just like good if interactions are stable. But this type of reactions, and if this type of molecules are present, then there is a good overlapping between the molecules, because hard and this is called hard interaction and soft, as well as soft molecule wants to bond with soft molecule. अगर जो सॉफ्ट मॉलिक्यूल होते हैं वो सॉफ्ट मॉलिक्यूल के साथ ही बॉन्ड बनाना चाहते हैं, और जो हार्ड मॉलिक्यूल होते हैं वो हार्ड मॉलिक्यूल के साथ ही बॉन्ड बनाना चाहते हैं. हार्ड अगर अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं है, वहां कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी, देयर इज नो अपॉर्चुनिटी, देयर इज नो एनी अदर एटम्स, देन हार्ड एंड सॉफ्ट इंटरेक्शन विल बी स्टेबल. But if there is opportunity, then there is hard interactions are stable and soft interactions are stable. Okay, again we cannot touch the molecules, we cannot see the molecules, we cannot see the atoms, and we cannot touch the atoms. Then how we decide what molecule is hard and what molecule is soft? The definition for hard and soft molecules are those where charge upon size ratio is small. If charge upon size ratio is small, then the molecule is soft. And if the charge upon size ratio is high, or we can say that large, if the charge upon size ratio is large, then the molecule is hard. For example, oxygen with 2 negative or 2 negative, or with another one, just like one negative and iodine with one negative. What is the size of fluorine? Just suppose this, and we bear the one negative charge. What is the size of iodine? As compared to the fluorine, it will be that and bear the one negative charge. The charge of the both molecules or both ions is same. Charge of the both atoms will be same. But the size of the iodine is bigger and the size of the fluorine is smaller as compared. That's why with the help of this, इसके हिसाब से हम ये पता लगा सकते हैं the fluorine molecule is hard because its size upon charge ratio is large and this is soft molecule. Okay, जो कार्बन एटम होता है, actually what is the carbon exchange reaction? There is another type of reaction, is called Schwarz reaction. In the Schwarz reaction, there is exchange of fluorine atom with the higher number of hydrogen atom. It may be bromine, iodine, chlorine, any hydrogen atom may be present here with alkane, or and the fluorine will exchange this hydrogen atom and make the haloalkane. This is the only reaction you see of fluorine to make haloalkane compound in this chapter. So this is the only and only one reaction of fluorine to make haloalkanes. Okay, there is some reason behind this because the fluorine is very less reactive due to their small size and high electronegativity. But high electronegativity is not the reason. The main reason behind the raw reactivity of fluorine is its small size. It is only of 2p5 size. That's why it reacts in very small reactions, just like Schwarz reaction. Okay, last reaction of the chapter for the preparation of haloalkane is Huns-Dicker reaction, and it is also called bromidine Huns-Dicker reaction. In Huns-Dicker reaction, silver acetate reaction with bromine, dibromine, and give the haloalkane plus carbon dioxide plus silver bromide. This is called Huns-Dicker reaction and it is also called a naming reaction. Okay, dear students, this is all for preparation of haloalkanes. In the preparation of haloalkanes, we prepare haloalkane from alcohols, hydrocarbons with alkenes, alkynes. Alkene and alkyne, we did Marconic group and anti-Marconic group, and further we prepare haloalkane with the help of Schwarz reaction, Finkelstein reaction, that is called halogen exchange reactions, and the last reaction is Huns-Dicker reaction. In these preparations, we prepare haloalkane by 4 naming reactions also. First of all, Groves process, second Schwarz reaction, third Finkelstein reaction, and fourth is Huns-Dicker reaction. And there is some reasoning question also we did, that is which acid is more acidic as compared to HCl, HBr and HI. Now we know that the HI is the more acidic because they are of size and bond dissociation, low bond dissociation energy. In next chapter we will do the physical properties of haloalkanes. Thank you.